Hey house guests, welcome to today's Celebrity Big Brother updates and spoilers. It's the last one. Okay, so today's house guest of the day is all the Olympians. Yay! Oh my god, I am such a fangirl of the Olympics, and I have to say, I really enjoyed this season of Celebrity Big Brother, but I don't want them to pull this crap again. Like, I would love to see more seasons like this in the future, but please don't do it during the Olympics. I know you're trying to pull people away, but it was so exhausting. I feel like I aged like 10 years in the last 2.5 weeks. Wonderful watching both, but woo, I am tired. Okay, so anyway, let's talk about what's going on in the house. It's the last day. So they had the Power Veto competition yesterday, and Ari and Omarosa are up on the block. This was an individually timed competition. We did get to see the order selection. So it was Ross, then Ari, Omarosa, Marissa, and last but not least, Mr. Mark. Okay, so it looks like this was the days competition where you have to know what happened on what day, events. What am I even saying? I don't remember how it said. I was really tired. So this was a physical and mental competition. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody made a really good point. I think it was Hamster Watch on Twitter who said that these last few competitions are almost like the different parts of the final HOH competition. So the first part is the endurance, which they already did for the HOH. This veto was kind of like part 2, where they have to know the days, and it's physical and mental. And then part 3 is usually some sort of weird ass toss up where you have to guess how the jury members ended a sentence, and it's usually pretty random. So I don't know if that's going to be the final HOH competition tonight or what, but good observation, Hamster Watch, as always. So anyway, Ross won this Power Veto competition. He is quite the comp beast. Comp beast. Oh my god! That's impressive. So anyway, a little while later after the competition, Ari was really upset with Omarosa. The last few days they've been pretty close since Brandy is gone now, but she's upset with her now. She was venting to Marissa in the HOH room, and we saw earlier, Omarosa told Ari that it would be dumb for her to take Ross to the final too, because Ross he's got the best game going right now, and he's got the strongest resume for the jury. So she was like, you should take Mark, because he's Mark. Okay. But Ari's like, I already promised Ross that I would take him. So they're just like, don't listen to Omarosa, it's gonna be fine. So Marissa says she's cool with losing to anyone except for Omarosa. Girl, you need to get over it, okay? And Ari is like, well, it would be fair for Ross to win. This is Big Brother. Don't you want to win? You're allowed to want to win over somebody else. That is allowed, okay? You can do that. This is a game. So Marissa's like, well, I just want it to be a clean 4, and I feel like we've all played clean out of everybody who's left except for Omarosa. Just stop. Okay, just stop. You did not play clean. I have no problem with people not playing clean, but my problem is when they won't own up to it. If you're gonna play a game like that, great. Just own it, okay? Lisa Rinna, own it. So then it was time for the Power Veto ceremony, because they gotta get all this done to get it ready for tonight's show, tonight's finale, and Ross did not use the Power Veto, which means that Ari and Omarosa are still nominated. So then Marissa and Ari were talking about the ceremony in the storage room, and Ari is just getting ticked off at Omi again. Apparently, Omarosa said in her speech that Ari's gonna win, or should win, because everybody likes her. And Ari's like, what the frig? She's trying to blow up my game right now. And Marissa's like, I know, she did the same thing to me the other day, and it's crazy. So Marissa says, don't worry, everybody saw right through it. It's gonna be fine. So then Marissa and Ross were talking endgame in the HOH room, Ross's endgame. That's the only one they're really talking about here. It really, really seems like Marissa just is playing for Ross to win now, and I mentioned that before. It does seem like that. So Ross is like, yeah, Mark confirmed to me that he would still take me to the final 2, and Marissa says, why wouldn't he? I don't know, maybe he wants to win? Just a thought, I don't know. But Ross is saying yeah, he's got to know that he's going to get second place with anybody, right? Is that true, though? Would Mark really not beat anybody? Would he beat Marissa? Maybe. I don't know. But Marissa's like, I don't know. I feel the same way about my game. And Ross is like, you might be able to beat Mark with the women's vote behind you. Haven't they been saying this whole time that Marissa would be able to beat everyone? Were they just like blowing smoke up her butt? Because now Ross is like, you might beat Mark, who's going to lose to everyone. What's going on there? But they both agree that Ross has to win the final HOH competition, which I don't think is true because everybody's planning on bringing him to the final 2 anyway, except for Omarosa, and she's leaving next. So, yeah. I think they just mean like, oh, you'll have that extra exclamation point on your resume if you can win this final HOH and get yourself to the final 2, instead of like being picked to go. So, the big question here is, who would Ross bring? Is he going to go with Mark? I think Mark is the easiest path to victory for him, right? I feel like, unless the jury is super bitter, then he's going to be in trouble. But I feel like Mark is probably his best choice. Does Marissa think that Ross would bring her? I think she might feel that way. I don't know. But Marissa is like, Ross, you should give us all questions that we can ask you when we're on the jury so that you'll know what's coming. That feels so creepy. Ew. And Ross is like, no, I don't want to do that. So then he starts practicing for potential jury questions. He knows that somebody's going to ask him about having deals with everyone, because he pretty much did. But he's like, okay, this is how I'm going to address that. I did not have deals with everyone. I had relationships with a bunch of people. Okay. And he says that he knew that he would have to play a different kind of game because he wasn't expecting to win a lot of physical competitions. Again, there's nothing wrong with that. You can play a game like that. It's perfectly fine. But freaking own up to it. He's sitting here saying that Brandy's the only one he broke his word to. And he's saying that he had to do it because they were up on the block together and he had to save his butt. And she also went against the group and voted for Shannon to stay that 1 week. Now, if I was on the jury and I heard somebody justifying their game like this, I'd be super pissed. Just own up to it. How many times do we have to say it? So then Marissa's like coaching him through what he should be saying to the jury. And then she starts talking about her own game. She was like, yeah, my game sucked. If I was watching this show, I would not want me to win. She says her whole game was just following what Ross was doing, and her big move was picking the right person to trust and staying loyal to him. At least she's self-aware. I will give her that. At least she is self-aware. So she then kind of like makes a pitch to go to the final 2 with Ross, but she says that it isn't a pitch. So she's like, if you look at it this way, I have all the same blood on my hands that you do. You know, we did all these moves together, but you were, you know, pulling the strings, so. But she's basically saying she's got all the same blood. Mark does not. So if Ross was in the final 2 with Mark, if you've got somebody on the jury who's voting bitterly, personally, they're going to vote for Mark to win over you. However, if we are both in the final 2 together, they're probably going to vote for you over me because you at least were in charge of everything, you know? So, something to think about. I don't know. But there wasn't much else going on last night. Omarosa wasn't feeling so good. I think she had like a rash on her face. Everybody pretty much went to bed early. And then this morning, the house guests were all saying goodbye to the live feeders and thanking everyone for watching, thanking BB for a good time. And Ross is like, don't be too hard on us if we were imperfect. And Marissa says, and by like imperfect, he means like annoying. Again, at least she's self-aware. So then they plug their social media accounts because this is Celebrity Big Brother. And yeah, the feeds went down at 9 a.m. for good. So that's a wrap on this season. We got the finale tonight. 2 hours. What's going to happen? Make sure you guys check out our chat about the finale tonight. But I want to take this opportunity to thank everybody for watching. As always, you guys are amazing. And we couldn't do this without you. And I would like to invite you all to join us for Big Brother Canada, which is starting a week from Wednesday on March 7th. And I feel like this season's going to be extra good because they like took it away and then the fans were like, give it back. and they did. So they know they have that fan support behind them, and I think it's going to be super awesome. So I also saw, I believe they're putting together some little like sneak peek at the cast that they're going to be airing. Well, we're not going to see it because we're in America, but in Canada, there's going to be some sort of sneak peek during tonight's finale. So if you're in Canada, hook us up. Let us know what that's all about. And thanks again so much, guys, for watching. Thanks to Mom for listening to all this crap every day and holding the camera. And yeah, that's it. So until next time, much love.